We are on the road to Forbidden Door, but I'm hoping after this episode of Dynamite they barricade that door shut because it wasn't very good. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Forbidden Door is just around the corner. It's that one pay-per-view where you get matches that you'll never see before. You get to see AEW guys interact with guys from Mexico, with guys from Japan, matches that you've never seen, matches that you could never possibly see unless you watched Dynamite last week and you got a bunch of them in the main event gauntlet match, and of course unless you watched Dynamite this week where the Blackpool Combat Club took on 4 random bums with masks from Mexico. But it's all about Forbidden Door.
Yes, Forbidden Door. The concept is a bit old. The concept was old years ago. Who we trying to kid? We can hype it up as much as we want, but the ship is sailed. Alright, Tony, just rebrand the name. Why can't you just call it something different and then during the month just have these new guys come in? Stop pretending it's something it's not. Because it's not. Alright, you can't do an ECW one night stand every year. It worked twice. I know they called it in 07, but it was kind of just...
Oh, hold on. The point's not they're doing it every year. The point is, every fucking week, Mexicans and Japanese guys from CMLL and New Japan are on the show anyway, wrestling. So how's that Forbidden Door?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to.
No, you're saying, oh, it's a yearly thing. No one's talking about that.
Yeah, but it is a yearly thing.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's a weekly thing as well, because it happens every week.
Yeah, but he's trying not to acknowledge that, even though it is happening. We acknowledge it, but he needs to learn a lesson for the Tribal Chief. Acknowledge this. Tony, it's not working. They're diddy men. Every single one of them.
What,
and he's flooding the company with belts that are just don't worth me a damn.
What do you mean? Acknowledge the Tribal Chief by what? Sending everybody home for 6 months?
You know what?
Taking a play out of his book?
AEW would probably benefit for that. We've got too many belts. It's oversaturated. It's shite.
Hey guys, it's time for your Dynamite review, guys, because AEW is awesome. Chris Jericho, what's he doing? Learning tree. What did we learn tonight? We learned that Chris Jericho being awful is better than anybody else's attempt at being good on this show. So I mean, there's that. I mean, learning tree, Chris Jericho. It's so bad that it's kind of funny. It's different. You know, I think it's better to have something awful than just something that's completely boring.
It's his best work in years.
Years.
So let's move into the show, because the learning tree has to grow.
Ho, ho, ho. We've got the rhymes coming on here. Right, MJF is here. You know what? He's got a wee decent tune. I'll give him that. You can tell that Def Rebel certainly didn't make it.
Yes, you can, but that's not important, guys, because he smokes weed. He's such a tough man. He's a fucking loser. Fuck MJF.
Yeah, he comes out bragging about the fact he smokes weed. Look, see if you want to smoke weed, I personally don't care, but I don't feel the need for people to come out and brag about it like you're some sort of tough guy.
No, he is doing right with I would say, in the States it is legalised, right? And even if they're not legalised, people still smoke it. You're doing what like 60% of the population do.
Well, look how many losers sit up to 4 a.m, man, with a bit of pizza and some weed. Yeah, man, we're so cool. And MJF thinks he's like Rob Van Dam's gimmick, right? That he smoked, but RVD never bragged about it. It was always people bringing up how fucked up and how out of it Rob Van Dam was. See if Rob Van Dam turned up and went, look at me, I'm a cool guy, I smoke weed. People would have slapped the shit out of him.
No, and rightfully so, but you know, it's like Andre the Giant where he's drinking like 40 beers in one sitting. I'm not going to describe it as cool, but it's unique. MJF doing this? Well, you're just like every fucking loser in the crowd. See him here making this reference to weed. See like a couple of years ago, or even the night, he would have buried people in the crowd. Or you just get stoned and you pay my fucking salary because you buy the shitty merch and you eat your pizza sitting up to 4 a.m. watching this garbage. That's something he would say. And here he is trying to take praise. Oh, look, I'm in Colorado, buddy, and
my eyes are red. They're bloodshot.
He actually said they're squinty, so come on, work out.
MJF's eyes weren't squinty, but there was a couple of people on the show that did have them. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, they're all on the weed tonight, because it's Colorado.
Or just from New Japan. But take it from what you will. Right, here we go. So MJF, he's burying the Rainmaker. He's burying Swerve Strickland. He's burying all these guys. He buries Ospreay in his crooked English teeth. That's a myth, though. That's something they used to say back in the day. And I mean, it doesn't. I mean, look at Mark Briscoe. He's American. When they say he's got better dental than Will Ospreay.
No, I definitely would. But see,
Soraya's English.
That's racist.
Soraya's English.
Yeah, but is that not racist?
Well, I mean, I'm surprised they don't click.
No, because I know for a fact there'll be some losers crying about your wee comment a minute ago, and so it's like, so what about this? Oh, all Scottish people are ginger, all Irish people, jump out of rainbows and steal pots of gold.
Don't worry,
all
guys.
Welsh people shag sheeps.
I'm drinking my Iron Brew and eating my haggis. Anyway, so MJF, he buries the roster, then Rush comes out. I mean, I don't know why. Rush calls these people filthy Americans. And that was it. He says, if you mess with a bull, you get the horns. And MJF basically just said, I respect you. You've got a good dad or something. That's a legendary dad. I've never fucking heard of his dad. They get in a bit of a brawl. Then things get broke up. And I think MJF says something in Spanish to Rush that was apparently insulting. No subtitles though. None of us know Spanish, so we couldn't tell you if it was good or not.
Sacre bleu. He's not French. No, this is garbage. I'm sorry. Yes, does MJF have a bit of energy? More than me talking about it, that's for sure, right? But listen to the facts here. He literally fucking said, here, Tony's making me fight some jobber from Mexico or Japan. I don't know who. And what happened? Well and behold,
some guy from Mexico came out.
I mean, no. Like, see Stone Cold, right, and Scott Hall, they didn't like the fact they were facing each other, especially Austin, right? Austin turned down the Hogan match in 2002. But did Austin come out and break the fourth wall and be like, hey, he's probably going to make me take on one of the jobber members of the NW because I turned down facing Hogan because, our egos are too big and I didn't want to do the job? No, fuck off. No, you wouldn't. No, come on.
Guaranteed contracts, brother. Anyway, so, I mean, the opener... It wasn't the worst thing on this show, but it wasn't really good. I was expecting more for him. His return at Revolution was better. Was it Revolution?
Yes.
Revolution, yes. That was
No, it wasn't Revolution. It was Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing. I think that was better. This was just a wee bit pandering and, running down the roster. Right, first match, AEW International Championship Eliminator. Orange Cassidy, Rey Fenix, Jay Lethal, Kyle O'Reilly. Sanjay Dutt says that Jay Lethal is the best wrestler in the world. I mean, surely you have to have a decent record to claim that. Or at least be some sort of, Olympian or something.
Yeah.
At least if Chad Gable claimed it, you could see where they're coming from.
No, absolutely.
Or if a guy that had 35 wins and no losses claimed it, you could see where they're coming from.
I mean,
but when Jay Lethal never had a win, I don't think, since fucking COVID, comes out and claims it, then you're like, that's just a straight up lie, Sanjay.
It's 2024. It's not like he's fresh on the scene. He's making moves. I mean, the guy's jobbing out every week and he's like 40. I
think his last win was probably against Flair.
And the best thing he ever did wasn't he in wrestling. It was a promo with Flair. So.
Woo! Surprisingly, Rey Fenix wins. He's going to be getting the shot next week, so he takes on Will Ospreay.
I hate Orange Cassidy, folks. See this hands in the pants gimmick? I know that's it. But right, why does he do it for half the match, then the other half of the match is like springboard action, fast as hell?
Do you think Dave Meltzer watches AEW with his hands in his pants?
He probably does. We're all different reasons, brother.
Yeah, so we get it. Alright, Willow comes out to save Orange Cassidy because he's been punched by Chris Statlander, and I guess he can't stop anything. He can't do anything because it's a woman, so I guess just wrestling logic completely out the fucking window. You just have to get assaulted and there's nothing you can do really. If you're a guy in wrestling and a woman's assaulting you, you just need to pray that there's a female in the back that is going to come out and make the save.
That's pretty much it, isn't it?
Chris Jericho, Brian Keith, Big Bill arrive. They get the camera, they arrive, they take the camera from Larry the cameraman, and Jericho says, hey Larry, I'm a cool cameraman. You could learn some things from me, Larry. Why don't you tag along, Larry? This Chris Jericho, what do you make of it? You know what? I think this Brian Keith's a good addition. Because he's he's not acting like Jericho and Bill. They're calling him the bad apple, and he's taking everything fucking serious. So when Jericho's trying to kiss up to people and be nice and look at the positives, this guy's only seen the negatives.
Dare I say it's the best thing going in wrestling today. There you go. Every time they appeared tonight, it got a chuckle out of me. Now, do I prefer Drew McIntyre Punk? Yes, but
you never see that.
It's like once every month. So no, that's yeah. In June, as we sit right now, this is the best thing going. Boom.
Daniels comes out. He says he's going to crown a new TNT champion at Forbidden Door. We get a qualifying match.
This is Adam Pearce, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a beef version of Adam Pearce, but maybe Christopher Daniels is better than Pearce.
At least Daniels was considered for the higher power. What was Scrap Daddy doing?
At least Daniels had a decent career. Good Ring of Honor run when it was relevant, if it was ever relevant. Decent run in TNA, X Division champion. Good matches, good feuds with Styles and things like that. Considered to be brought in to the WWE at one point. You know, the guy's done okay as a wrestler. You look at Adam Pearce, nobody heard of the guy until he retired for professional wrestling. He somehow fluked this official GM position or whatever he wants to call it.
I have no idea how he's done it. No, I actually think it's probably one of the greatest mysteries in wrestling. Some people always look at Arquette. Well, why did they give him the belt? At least he was a movie star. I'm not saying he was the greatest movie star of all time, right? And it was a pretty dumb decision. But at least, like, they were promoting the fucking movie, Ready to Rumble, that featured WC. Well, how did Adam Pearce get this, by the way? No.
Yeah, look at all the GMs. He's the one in the whole entire history you just can't explain.
Yeah,
every other GM you can look at and go, well, that's how they got it, or they did this to get that. How the fuck did Adam Pearce get a foot through the door? It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. And you know what? How can you say that, David? Or fuck, no, WCW 2000 smokes this shit clean at the. Adam Pearce is a bum, but
eight-legged freaks legend, buddy.
That's for Monday.
Scream
anyway.
As well.
David Arquette's done a lot of good stuff.
I know, he's underrated.
I know.
No, more people know David Arquette than Adam Pearce. Not even fucking close.
Of course, it's not close.
I mean, does anybody even know Adam Pearce? Probably not, outside of wrestling. Anyway, Mark Briscoe defeats Brian Cage, so there you go. He hits a frog splash, a horrible-looking frog splash. That's it. Jack Perry's in the back. He says that he should be the next TNT champion. Is he qualified yet? I do not know. Then we go with Renee backstage. We've got Samoa Joe and Hook. The Premier Athletes come in. They try and get under Hook's skin. They want to fight Hook. But Joe holds Hook back, and like Hook's wearing his beanie over his eyes that he can't fucking see. This guy just looks like such a nerd. It's like your average little, like, you know, teen that would like hang on the corner trying to look tough or something. This guy's he's a wannabe playing a professional wrestler.
Like, you say teen, no, that could pass as like a 19-year-old. He literally looks about 13. I expect him to come up with the MJF line over in Colorado. I've got my skateboard, and then fucking Samoa Joe standing there like bootleg Tony Soprano. Like, well, no, what are we doing here?
Hook's just lucky that he's not the same size as Taz.
No, Samoa Joe, right, loses the world title and then comes back to be the bodyguard of Hook against the Premier Athletes.
Probably because he had a good match against Hook. Remember that? Oh, you put me over, brother. I'll help you, brother. Anyway, the Acclaimed come out, they start rapping, and the Young Bucks then just cut the rap off. Probably the best thing the Young Bucks have ever done.
Yeah.
Because the Acclaimed raps have been shite. I think when they first started, they were not bad. But when was the last time this guy actually came out and either A, cut a good rap or didn't fucking botch it?
It's been a long, long time, man. I mean, it's more Max Caster botching than Anthony Bowens, but here...
Well...
He botches it up the ass, so let's move on.
He doesn't have much to botch, right? Coming in, match number 3, Blackpool Combat Club versus Team CMLL. So once again, we got a bunch of Mexicans, not so forbidden because there's 4 of them on this show. Wheeler Yuta has still got the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. This just shows that A, nobody gives a shit about Wheeler Yuta, and B, nobody gives a shit about Ring of Honor. How can you be out on the shelf for 5 months and not even get the belt relinquished or stripped off you or whatnot? This guy sat at home with the belt, he came back with the belt, nobody questioned it, nobody realised the belt was gone, and that's probably because there's about 100 belts floating about in AEW. But how can anybody like literally be out for 5 months and keep their belt? It makes no fucking sense.
See the Blackpool Combat Club, right? Yeah, I mean, Wheeler Yuta sucks and his belt's garbage, right? But I'm not even too bothered about that. Why is this match going 15 minutes? This is like the corporation taking on the oddities, and it lasts 15 minutes. I have no idea who these 4 are.
No match lasted 15 minutes.
3 of them look the exact same. They're all wearing gold attire. It's like Los Liberator. What were they called back in the day? The guys that dressed in gold, Edge and Christian.
Oh, fucking Los Loberos or something. Los Luchadors or something.
Spanish is pish, right? Not that the other guy looked good. I believe his name was Magnus. But why is this going 15 minutes?
I thought it was Voldemort Jr., but I mean, I could be wrong.
You know, Wrestle Headlines describes this as this was fine. This was anything but fine. It was shit, right? It did not shine.
Whoever booked it deserves it fine.
Yeah, like, why can't it just end in a couple of minutes and dedicate more time to stuff that matters? Like, Swerve Strickland tonight got like a 2-second promo backstage. Is it because he's incapable of speaking?
MJF, your mouth is cashing checks, your ass can't. Check bounce, son.
Speaking of things that are important though, Chris Jericho is backstage and he is showing somebody in catering how to scoop chicken and dumplings. I mean, AEW is showing a guy in catering. Kind of ironic. I mean, the entire roster should be in catering.
Yeah, this was brilliant. WrestleHead.
I mean, seeing Sarah Wheeler Yuta holding that Ring of Honor Pure title, he should be the guy that scoops the dumplings. Not for himself, but he should be like the worker that just fucking scoops the meals for people that are actually relevant, like Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Oh, Jericho, King of the World, Learning Tree, Champion. Do you want some extra dumplings in this scoop? That should be Wheeler Yuta's job.
Yeah, I mean, Wheeler Yuta, he'd probably lose his last remaining fucking chromosome though if he was sent to catering. The guy sucks, but here, Jericho delivering yet again, but no surprise, the Marks didn't like this.
They didn't like it. Up next, we have Mariah May versus Saraya. So last week, Saraya, she was crying, complaining. She said heads were going to roll. She wasn't happy. She said, I'm not taking this shit no more. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Basically, she was crying like a little bitch because our match got cut last week. Well, guess what? It happened this week. And was it really worth it? Was this so good that she felt like she had to go on a Twitter meltdown last week? Because, I mean, honestly, last week, this week, I don't want to see it any week. It wasn't very good, but I mean, she was making it last week as if it was some sort of travesty that she was cut and her match didn't happen. And what happened this week? She had a boring 50-50 match with Mariah May. Nothing exciting, nothing extraordinary. I mean, if it wasn't for Tony Storm on commentary marking out over a wee minion, there'd be nothing to this. And it's hard to actually remember that Saraya was once AEW Women's Champion.
No, what annoys me though, I miss wrestlers like Nash and Hall who didn't give a shit what happened as long as they got paid. See these people like Saraya who think the grass is greener on the other side. Why don't they just accept here? I'm getting paid a lot here, I'm not really getting used, but you know what? Free money.
Yeah, but like, what was her deal? I mean, this happened this week, it didn't happen last week. I don't understand why she was so bitchy about it.
Yeah, why not bitch to Tony Khan about it? Why not confront him? Why put out cryptic tweets?
Yeah, but let's say Tony Khan went to her and say, sorry, Saraya, there's not enough time, your match is getting cut, it's going to happen next week. Why is she so pissed off about that?
She'd probably argue, well, you know what? Why is the show going over every week and you still can't fit me on there?
Yeah, but I know, like, what's the difference if this happened last week? What did it change for Saraya?
Nothing.
She was just there, and the whole thing was pretty much to set up a Tony Storm match at Forbidden Door. Saraya's part in this isn't really relevant. Speaking of Forbidden Door, though, we get Mina Shiraya. So this Japanese chick runs out with like a fucking revealing top, cleavage bouncing everywhere, gets in the ring. She's grabbing Tony Storm's minion, Mariah May, who's pretended to be the old Tony Storm, I guess, and she's like rubbing her face against her chest. And then Tony Storm comes over and Mina starts like sumo wrestling style bouncing her boobs off Tony Storm, and then Mariah May gets in the middle and tries to stop it, and she stops it by like grabbing both women's head, and she like forces both women's heads into her cleavage, and it's like, you just know Tony Khan is going to get a shitload of shit for this, because the last time we had the Kiss, people were marking out saying that this is setting women's wrestling back 20 years and all this stuff. People were saying it was horrible and trash, and I mean it wasn't great, but I can just accept that people are going to not be happy about this.
It's so funny though, because if two men kissed, it would be, oh, it's inclusive, it's Pride Month, it's set us forward 20 years. Two women do it though, and it's the end of the fucking world.
Yeah, plus, I don't know this Mina Sharia person, but it seems to be her gimmick, so I mean, if she wants to do it, why is Tony Khan going to get shit for this? I don't understand.
I don't get it too, but you know what, touching on that Pride thing, Tony Khan, right, AEW, posting a lot about Pride. How long are we away from men-on-men action?
Well, who knows? I mean,
it's not in a Billy and Chuck way.
Maybe he's been taking some tips from Eric Bischoff and he's going with some HLA. That's what I'm assuming is happening here.
Although, what's his father called? Khan or whatever? Shehan Khan? Shad Khan? What did he take?
Or Shadiq.
Was he like that on his dime? On his money?
Bryan Danielson is backstage. He says that things are brilliant, things are sweet. He couldn't be more happier of Wheeler Yuta. I mean, who cares? Wheeler Yuta comes back. Bryan Danielson's marking it as if it's the greatest thing to ever happen.
He beat 4 fucking jobbers, Danny.
Bryan Danielson is claiming that he said this would be the last full year of his career, but he takes it back because this last year has absolutely sucked. He's lost match after match after match, and he's basically saying, well, look, this can't be my last year. I refuse to go out like this. I've lost every big match I've been involved in, and I'm sticking around. Basically, I will never retire, Ric Flair style. I will never retire.
And he says it because Yuta fired them up. Could you imagine Hogan being like, oh, yeah, brother. Oh, brother Scott Nixon, or Scott Norton, that guy. He's hype. I'm not leaving WCW, brother, that guy.
But yeah, Daniel Bryanson says he's going to win or Bryan Danielson, whatever he's called, says he's going to win the Owen Hart Cup and get the title shot. And it got me thinking, like, why hasn't Bryan Danielson won the AEW title? Like, no, seriously.
No, it's a valid point. At least this Owen Hart Cup now has a world title to it. But again, it's pathetic. It's just leeching off Owen Hart, his name into it. It's, his wife's blacklisting WWE from ever using them, so I have to do that. I liked Owen Hart. He seemed like he was, one of the most likable guys backstage. But I mean, it's like Dusty Rhodes. Can we just fucking leave these people in the past? They're dead. I'm not saying we can never mention them, but it's like, let's just whip them out every year now. No, that's what it feels like.
It's just to get a cheap pop.
No, that's what it is.
Just to put some importance on their name.
See, if we hadn't done it before, I could accept it at 25 years. That's a milestone, all right? But it's pathetic.
Like, I thought the Andre the Giant Battle Royal was a nice wee tribute to Andre, but then they whip it every year.
Yeah, spade to spade. You have to say the same for the same company.
See, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, fuck Cesaro. It should have just been a one-time thing, and your Big Show win it.
The only thing I would say is with that, yeah, you're right. I think this is literally just to spite WWE.
Can't do the Owen Hart. You can't do anything with Owen Hart, so we're going to.
Yeah, I think with Andre the Giant, it's just here. We had this Battle Royal now. It's a good reason to get everybody on the show.
I know, but look at half the people in it, man. They're like fucking 5'5", 180 pounds, and it's the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
It's not good.
It'd be like having the Monster Mash Battle Royal with a bunch of skinny jobbers. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, look, I'm not a big fan of Danielson, right? I think the guy's extremely overrated, but he deserves the AEW World title before he goes, and I hope he wins it. He should be the next champion. Heard it here first. Give him a title run, then just let him retire. Honestly, that neck, I don't know how much longer it can hold up.
40?
Let him go and have a wee sleepover with Cena, but he'll have to be in bed by 12.
11.
11?
Yeah.
Damn. Anyway, up next we have the main event, AEW World Heavyweight Champion Swerve Strickland taking on Roderick Strong. I'm going to swerve the hassle of talking about the entire match. Swerve Strickland won.
Swerve Strickland won.
There was a promo, by the way, earlier in the night. Not a promo, a wee vignette where it showed you Roddy Strong climbing mountains, Rocky Balboa style. Didn't really help him in the main event, though.
It didn't. This match didn't do anything for me, but you know what? At least it's a world title match on TV. It's more than fucking WWE gives you.
I mean, that is true. Swerve Strickland, you know what, he gets the crowd going though, and it was wee mad, swerving motion with the wheel, and the crowd join in. It's a bit pathetic.
As bad as we think the match is, or as boring as we think it is, right? At least it's not some fucking dead throwaway match on Raw or SmackDown that you'd get.
True.
Like Gunther against Jey Uso. Oh, but that's the winner advances to the quarterfinals of the King of the Ring. No, that's dead.
Yeah, on Raw, Michael Cole, it was Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defending the tag team titles against Shayna Baszler and Zoe Storm, and Michael Cole says, we're in for a treat tonight. We're getting a premium live event quality match. Fuck no, okay? Shitey women's tag titles that nobody cares about is not a premium live event quality match. Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler are not premium live event quality wrestlers. Just because you've starved us of good matches on Raw and important title matches on Raw doesn't mean you can whip out a fucking jobber throwaway women's tag match and claim it's pay-per-view quality. It's not.
Yeah, no, it's not. And I look at both companies. I think AEW gives you a lot. And
next week they're giving you Continental, Osprey, Phoenix.
No, AEW gives you a lot, right? But it does water down their pay-per-views. The only difference is WWE only give a fuck about the big four. The B-level pay-per-views may as well be a slightly improved Raw or SmackDown. And I say improved, it's not even improved, it's shit. Like, the two companies right now couldn't be more polar opposites. Like, WWE, they only care about the big four, right? And even then, it's not like, you know...
Whereas AEW go all out every show and it fucking sucks.
Yeah. And that's not me saying the big four is great, by the way, but you can clearly tell there is a difference.
Aye, definitely.
Like with War Games, SummerSlam, I mean, I'm sure that's when The Rock and Reigns will appear in some capacity.
I tell you what, if you want to use cooking terms, right? Triple H is cooking, but he's been very stingy on the ingredients.
Yeah.
He's not giving you many ingredients. And with Tony Khan's cooking, the oven's not even turned on. Tony Khan, he's throwing in all the chicken, he's throwing in all these different dishes. He's got about 100 ingredients in the one pot, but he's forgot to turn on the fucking cooker.
Triple H is cooking...
That's an analogy.
Triple H is cooking mince at a really low temperature, but it will eventually get done. But it's mince at the end of the day. Well, Tony Khan's got a lot of ingredients.
Steak in there, but it's just... There's no heat getting to it.
There's no electricity.
Aye. Anyway... I think we're going to have a wee electricity.
And TNA's homeless.
What's a cooker, buddy?
With a crumb on the floor.
Anyway, that's where we're going to end it here. What are we going to give this show? I'll give a 2 out of 10.
I'll give it a 2 out of 10. I agree. There's two things I liked.
So there you go, guys. 2 out of 10. Catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.